Welcome back to Triple Take Podcast with your host, Kian Lynch.
Kellen, man.
Antoine Carter Brown.
Today, as you can tell, we have no interview. It's going to be a little different of a style, going back. So we're going to be going over just past week sports and up-and-coming sports at Prep.
Yeah, so Tuesday night, varsity basketball took a 1 over Millard West by 3 points. Torn over here sealed the deal with some free throws. Since you're on the team, you want to talk a little bit about that? How?
It was pretty close the whole game. At half, going into half, we were up, I think, 39-29. We talked over some things at half. Came out super flat in the third, and they came out super hot. They scored 31 points in the third quarter, and kept it close. And they went up 9 or 12 on us, and then fourth quarter, Cooper Knight stepped up, and Connor Peters stepped up and hit some shots for us, and I got a defensive stop, and took a charge, hit some free throws to close the game. But yeah,
Definitely a closer game.
like
Bowling beat Buena Vista in their duel. It was a longer duel than expected, but they got it done in the end.
Then the hockey team went down to Rockhurst over the past weekend and took the win 2-1. Then came back down to Omaha to beat Fremont on Sunday.
Yeah, you're on the hockey team. You guys don't really have that many away games, but when you guys go down to Rockhurst and kind of a little far drive like that, do you think that pushes your team to do better? Or do you think you guys kind of lack on that?
Well, the first we've really gone was Lincoln, and so I don't think really any of us were ready for that drive. We didn't really know what to expect, I guess. I mean, some of us watched film on them. We're like, okay, we got a good look at these guys. I mean, we thought coming into this game that we would just blow these guys through the water because they haven't won a game all year, but at the same time they're in a higher league, higher division. So we came into this game thinking, all right, yeah, we're gonna blow these guys out of the water, and I feel like that just messed with our brains, our heads, and we got over ourselves and they kept it close.
Yeah. What's the locker room like after a win like that? Because you don't want to ever go on the road and then lose and have to drive back on that. So what's the feeling like in the locker room after you take a win like that?
Yeah, the boys we were feeling it. At the same, we weren't really as hyped as we normally are because at the same time this wasn't really a competitive kind of game. It was more so a friendly get together kind of game. So we weren't too cocky, but the boys were hyped because afterwards we were all looking forward to bowling and hanging out together.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and then you guys came back the next day and beat Fremont. That's a little bit better of a win. And you guys got some up and coming games. You have one tomorrow, and that's against Lincoln Capital East, correct?
Yep.
So you guys are going down to Lincoln, and then the day after that, you got senior night on Sunday. That's going to be against Millard South. What should we look for in those games?
Nothing too much. I mean, Lincoln, they're obviously not one of those top teams, so just don't expect too much out of that one, to say the least. And then Sunday, we're not looking past Millard South. They're a pretty good team. I mean, but they're obviously not one of the top competitors, so we're going to go into this we're going to treat it like it's a normal game that we can't just blow by our heads, so we're going to dial in for that one as well.
For sure. You got a very big basketball game tonight. Torn playing Westview, 11-1 Westview at Westview. Creighton Prep is their only loss right now on the record. Emotions. What are your emotions going into that? How are you preparing physically, mentally? How have you seen the team prepare for a team like that you can beat and you have beat, but it seems like other teams haven't been able to get that job done as well?
It'll be super tough game. Going into their home. Last time we played them in the holiday tournament, if you guys aren't there, the whole gym was going against us. You barely could tell we even had fans in the crowd. But it'd be tough. But we know we still practiced all week and put in the work for games like this. We like the big games where nobody wants us to win. Because, we like to say we're like Duke in basketball. Nobody likes us because we're good. So to beat us, and that makes it better for us because they're so nervous that they want to beat us so bad that sometimes it throws them off their game. But that makes it better for us because now we get to play with a chip on our shoulder too, knowing that we got a target on our back. So game will be fun. I'm just ready to play, to be honest.
For sure, yeah. It'll definitely be a statement if you guys go out there and get the job done tonight.
Sure. Then Wrestling Metro Tournament at Bellevue East on Saturday. They are recovering for a close loss to the number 1 in Class B, Scott.
Yeah, that was another really big duel.
What was it, 36-31?
It was something really close like that. We had just a few last-second losses on our end. Some guys to look out for. Cam Green, who we interviewed last week, Adonis, JT, just coming off a really, really close, really rough loss to one of his friends. So, he's going to try to go out there and make a statement in that tournament for sure.
Kieran Ackerson, look out for him too.
For sure.
He's been a dog out there.
Yeah.
And talked about all that.
Yeah. I think that's going to wrap up this podcast. We'll see you guys next week. Maybe not an interview. Maybe we will. Just be ready for anything. We'll see you guys next week. Thank you.